Photographer Reuben Olivas was in the Guam Fire Department for 28 years and retired as captain in October of 2012, and has since kept himself extremely busy.
I've been a photographer for quite a while. Matter of fact, in my high school time back in the late 60s, I took a few courses in high school and got me going with black and white photography, darkroom, and just about everything. But I've been a snap shooter pretty much throughout the years, but I wanted to get back into it when I retired. It was always a dream of mine to really go full-time into photography, and I kind of evolved into that as I retired. You know, as you said, a little bit of gardening, a lot of fishing, a lot of biking, a lot of barbecuing.
Throughout all his post-retirement endeavors, he has been snapping away, concentrating on his passion for photography. These days, Olivas can be found working part-time at Jeff's Pirates Cove, doing what he does best, taking pictures for their Facebook page and blog site. Olivas says coming from the film era, where he would spend hours in a darkroom, he had to adjust to the digital age.
It's a whole new realm, and of course with that, there's no more darkroom per se. Now you have the digital darkroom on the computer with computer programs, so here you have another learning curve as far as learning programs and how to adjust or process your photographs that you take with your camera rather than send them into a photo processor. You're doing it yourself. So it took me quite a while.
He attributes much of his success to the amazing and talented photography community on island, who he says greatly assisted him.
There's a large photography community on Guam, and I got to know quite a few of them. They're great people. They're always willing to help you, and I had so much help from so many different people when I started, and to this day we still help each other.
So what is this photographer's weapon of choice?
I have a couple of cameras that I use. I have two Canons, and then I have a Fuji camera. They all have a certain purpose, depending on what type of scene that I'm taking or people. If I'm going to take landscapes or general photography, I'll use my Canons. If I'm going to take photographs of people, I like to use the Fuji because of its a skin tone rendition. It really adds to the skin tones. They're really great for that. Vibrant colors. So it just depends on exactly what I'm shooting at the time.
Olivas has always been into publications, even during his time in GFD. He was writing up papers, reports, and putting PowerPoint presentations together. So the natural thing for him to do was to create a calendar that highlighted the beauty of Guam.
I want to produce some type of a publication that would show the beauty of Guam.
The calendar has received warm reception, with many locals purchasing them as gifts to send to family and friends off island. With so many sights and scenes on Guam, how was he able to determine what images made the cut?
That was the hardest part of the whole. I've got thousands and thousands of images of Guam, and Guam, living on Guam is kind of like cheating. It's just so beautiful no matter where you go. When you take a picture, it's just like you look like a professional photographer with the picture you take. I've seen people that are just snapshotters or take pictures with their camera phones, and they come out fantastic because they take their time. But Guam is just a beautiful place for a photographer to be. So I was able to, narrow down 12 that I thought would do well in a calendar. But like I said, it was a very hard decision to just narrow down to 12.
As for the lucky photo that had the coveted cover,
when I took the picture, the cover, it was almost like a no-brainer. To me, that the photograph of the cover represented Guam. It shows Guam's strength, shows Guam's culture, shows Guam's beauty, and that's just about all you can show in Guam.
At a Veterans Arts and Crafts Fair recently held at the Agana Shopping Center, Olivas, who was in the Marine Corps, was asked to display some of his photos.
I was really honored to take part. This was my first year, and there was the veterans that were there that were exhibiting their arts and crafts. They were just great people.
Living it up as a retiree, what is Olivas' advice to aspiring photographers?
Every person has a different eye, so don't think that you need to take a picture like somebody else. You take your own pictures and keep taking pictures. The more pictures you take, you're going to find out that the better you're going to get. Take your time, read a little bit about photography, what makes a good composition, okay? It's not so much the subject, that is how you present it. So composition is very important. Of course, the right exposure is always good to know. Make sure it's in focus, the colors are good. But you're going to evolve, and give yourself some time. It's not something you're going to learn overnight, but hey, go out there and take pictures and have fun. You'll just get better because you're taking more. It's an art form, okay? Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So if you like your picture, I think that's what the most important thing is that you like the picture.
If you would like to purchase a calendar, you can pick up a copy at Jeff Pirates Cove, Movie Queen Cafe in Agate, all 3 bestseller bookstores, MTB Outfitters in Agana, the A&L Craft Shop in Chamorro Village, and Pika's Cafe.